I can tell you something for free. This is a bloody terrible idea. Trying to take this tray off by myself, I would not recommend this. This thing weighs about 250 kilos, maybe 200 kilos, maybe even 300 kilos. I'm not too sure. All I know, it's bloody heavy and there should be 2 people here, but it is an extremely bad idea to do this by yourself. Do you know what isn't a bad idea? To actually spend your tax return on something useful other than bills. So I decided to put a top 5 things to buy with your tax return, and here they are. Right, what I'm going to be talking about is getting some form of power out on your camping trips. Now, this doesn't have to be anything great. It doesn't have to be a full Red Arc system. My favorite brand at the moment is definitely Kick-Ass, but that's a personal preference. But I think some form of 12 volt out on site, it could be something simple, it could be something extravagant, depends on how much you get back. But I think if you can get yourself a fridge, maybe some camp lights, and maybe something to charge your phones out on your camp, I reckon that is the perfect way to spend your tax return. One thing I do want to stress though, probably stay away from Kings. I am not a massive fan of Kings. I think Kings is a dangerous brand to go. I think they kind of suck. There is some sort of good stuff through there. You've really got to sift through the shit to make sure that you find everything that is actually worth having. I think King's fridges are quite good to have, but besides that, I wouldn't really go after their 12 volt systems. So keep that in mind when you're buying your 12 volt. Every P-plater and their dog knows about this sort of stuff. We're talking about Dan's custom headlights and Bush Doof custom headlights. These things look absolutely sick, and it's something that I would want on my rig. Really changes the look. Look, they're not very practical, but that doesn't matter. It doesn't make me want them any less. And to pair those up, I would probably even pair them up with a pair of steady, probably 8.5 inch spotlights. I reckon they look proper mean, especially with the smiley covers. Really good look for any type of rig out there. Right, if you want to be a big old winch truck with your cool bull bar, you're going to have a winch. Now, a good brand that I would recommend if you were planning to buy a winch with your tax return would obviously be the Rumba. The Rumba is an extremely good winch. They're waterproof. They have, really outstanding reviews. If you aren't set on the Rumba, I reckon another good brand is your Sherpa. Your Sherpa is quite a good brand also. I think they're fairly new to the market. I'm not too sure. I haven't done too much research, but they look actually really good also. So if you are in the market for a winch, those are the 2 brands that I would recommend just by the quality and the makes and the models what they have. Right, number 4 is actually a really simple one. Chase up an underbody spray from even a local place that you got in your town. You can even DIY it if you want, but this is, I think, a very important mod that you should probably look at doing, just for the sake of just saving your vehicle. I'm in a build at the moment, trying to fix my Ranger up, and when I originally bought that car, it had a underbody spray done, but that underbody spray is now gone and it's left my chassis in a array. So I would recommend getting it done as soon as possible if you're doing a lot of beach work. Alright, we've all been working in the shed and I cannot stress this enough. You need to buy power tools. If this is your call to buy power tools, then take this as your calling. You need to buy power tools. It will change your life. As you can see here in this little video, don't worry about the silver socket. We don't talk about that. But as you can see, it's literally just, that's done. That's 2 seconds. Easy as that. Look at that, a Milwaukee plug-in. No, just kidding. Milwaukee is what I personally run. I use it for work. It is a good brand. It's a very expensive brand, but the reason I run it is because I trust in it, and I personally think it's one of the best brands out there, but you don't need the best of the best. At the end of the day, I've seen people build cars with a Zito tools, and that's that. There's nothing wrong with using a Zito tools, especially for home. Out on the work site, you might get bashed, but in closed doors, I think they're perfectly fine. Now, another thing not to disregard is storage for your shed. Now, I've recently invested a little bit of money in getting some storage and some shelving for my shed, and it has changed my life. You don't realize how much organization just makes your build easier to do. That is one thing that I reckon you should invest in, is if you got a shed, invest in that storage. It changes your life straight up.
And that's what I would spend my tax refund if I wasn't just sinking it into this Ranger. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe, because I'm on 31 subscribers and I at least want to get to 35 subscribers. So please subscribe. Hope you liked the video. See you in a bit. Peace.